Toups Graphics presents Mastering the STAAR Test, 6th grade math. Today our video starts off on I40 West in Tennessee. Toups Graphics, always believe, brings you yet another Pentagon T, 6th grade math STAAR Test. Question number 1. Al is going to purchase 28.9 gallons of diesel for $4.03 a gallon. About how much money will the total cost be? A, $120, B, $80, C, $100, or D, $34? About how much means to estimate. We need to round the numbers before solving. 28 9/10 is about 30, and $4.03 is about 4. If 1 gallon costs about $4 and we need to buy about 30 gallons, we need to get the product of 30 and 4. The product of 30 and 4 is 120, so our answer is A, $120. Question number 2. Al's putt-putt scores were 28, 35, 27, 32, and 28. What is the mean of his scores? A, 7, B, 28, C, 30, or D, 150? The mean is the average. To get the average, the first thing you need to do is to find the sum of your numbers. The sum of our numbers would be 150. After you get the sum, you need to divide by the number of numbers, which is 5. 150 divided by 5 is 30. The answer is C, 30. Question number 3. What is the LCM of 4, 6, and 12? To find the LCM, we need to write out the multiples of the numbers. The multiples of 4, 6, and 12 follow. If you were to look at all of the multiples, 12 is the smallest common multiple. The answer is 12. Today's video is sponsored by the LCM. Do you need a common denominator? You need to find the LCM. Now it's time for a special presentation. Toups Graphics goes cross-curriculum and presents Where's Andrew? Our first location. This city is where the Declaration of Independence and U.S. Constitution were signed. Answer: the U.S. Constitution and Declaration of Independence were signed in Philadelphia. Our second location. This monument is on a Revolution War battle site in Boston and featured the famous words, "Don't fire till you see the white of their eyes." Answer: Andrew's at Bunker Hill in Boston, Massachusetts. The Pentagon T, 6th grade mass STAAR test continues through Interstate 40 in Memphis, Tennessee. Question number 4. Brad's bicycle tire has a radius of 10 inches. About how far will the tire travel after 3 rotations? A rotation of the tire will equal to the circumference. We know that the radius times 6 is equal to the circumference. The product of 10 and 6 is 60. That's 1 rotation. We need to know 3 rotations. To find 3 rotations, we need to do 60 times 3, which is 180. The answer is A, 180. Question number 5. What number can be added to this list to make the median equal to 12? To get the answer, you need to know that the median is the middle number. You also need to know that if 2 numbers are in the middle, find the sum of the 2 numbers and divide by 2. Let's start by adding C14 to the list. We'll have 2, 6, 10, 14, 16, and 20. If you add 14 to the list, 10 and 14 are in the middle. 10 plus 14 is 24, and 24 divided by 2 is 12. So the answer is C, 14. Question number 6. What percent of the pieces are X? 6%, 60%, 75%, or 80%? To get the answer, we need to make a ratio X over total. We'll have 6 over 8. If we divide by the GCF of 2, it will turn to the equivalent ratio of 3/4, which is equal to 75%. The answer would be C, 75%. What is the number of square units needed to cover a shape? Area, volume, perimeter, or circumference? The number of square units needed to cover a shape is equal to the area. A is the correct answer choice. Today's quiz is sponsored by Area. Are you going to cover your floor with a new carpet? You're going to have to find the area. Circumference. Do you need to know how long a pizza crust is? You're going to need to know the circumference, the distance around a circle. The special presentation continues. Where's Andrew continues from famous places that will be featured in your 8th grade social studies class. The bombardment of this fort by the British inspired Francis Scott Key to write the Star-Spangled Banner. Answer: Fort McHenry in Baltimore, Maryland. Location 4. The first shots of the Civil War were fired here at this famous fort. Answer: The first shots of the Civil War were fired at Fort Sumter in South Carolina. The Pentagon T 6th grade math STAAR Test continues, traveling down Interstate 40 through Memphis, Tennessee. We're about to cross the Mississippi River and head into Arkansas. Question number 8. It's a free response answer. The following times were recorded in the 200-meter dash. Tim had 28 seconds, Al had blank seconds, Brad had 26 seconds, and Randy had 32 seconds. Al won the race. What is his time if the range of the data is 9 seconds? To get the answer, you need to know that the range is the big number minus the small number. Since Al won the race, his time would be the smallest. 32 minus Al's time would equal to 9. 32 minus 23 would be 9, so Al's time would be 23 seconds. Question number 9. This type of triangle has no congruent sides or angles. The answer would be B, a scalene triangle. A scalene triangle has no congruent sides or angles. This video is being produced by Toups Graphics with the Pentagon T symbol. Do you need to believe? You need Pentagon T. And now, our special production continues. From across the highways of the United States, Where's Andrew continues. Location 5. This city on the Mississippi River is known as the Gateway to the West. Answer: the gateway to the West is St. Louis, Missouri. Location 6. This Civil War battle site was the turning point of the war and was the largest battle ever fought in the Western Hemisphere. Answer: the turning point of the Civil War was fought at Gettysburg in Pennsylvania. The Pentagon T 6th grade math STAAR Quiz continues, traveling down Interstate 90 in Cleveland, Ohio. Question number 10. Al has 3 2/3 cups of 10W40 oil and 2.5 cups of 10W30 oil. How many cups of oil does he have? 5 1/6, 6 1/6, 5 3/5, or 6 2/6? To get the answer, we need to find the sum or total of the motor oil, which is 3 2/3 plus 2 1/2. To combine these terms, we will need to find the LCM, which will turn into the common denominator. The multiples of 3 are 3, 6, 9, 12, and 2 is 2, 4, 6, 8. 6 is the LCM. Now we will rewrite the fractions with the equivalent denominator of 6. To do that, we need to multiply 2/3 by 2, and we'll multiply the 1/2 by 3/3. That will give us equivalent ratios of 4, 6, and 3, 6. Now we can combine the fractions. Step 3 is to calculate the sum of the numerators and whole numbers. 2 and 3 is 5, and 4 and 3, the numerators, combined to 7. We have 5 and 7, 6. Now we need to rewrite the improper fraction. 7 6 is equivalent to 1 and 1 6. The next step is to find the sum of the whole numbers. We'll combine 5 and 1 6. That gives us a sum of 6 and 1 6. The answer to the problem would be 6 and 1 6, which is choice B. Question 11. An order of operation problem. Simplify 10 plus 5 parentheses 30 minus 18 close parentheses divided by 3. To get the answer, we need to use the order of operations. We'll do the parentheses first. We need to do the subtraction problem of 30 minus 18 first to get the answer. The difference of 30 and 18 is 12. Now we need to multiply and divide from left to right. So next we'll do 5 times 12. The product of 5 and 12 is 60. Now we have 10 plus 60 divided by 3. We don't need to add first, we need to keep dividing. So we'll divide 60 and 3. The quotient of 60 and 3 is 20. Now we're left to find the sum of 10 plus 20. To do that, we need to add 10 and 20. The sum of 10 and 20 is 30. That gives us the answer. Looking at our original answer choices, it would be D, 30. Question number 12. The temperature in Amarillo was 40 degrees. After a cold front, the temperature dropped to negative 15 degrees. What integer represents the change in temperature? Since the temperature dropped, we know our integer will be represented with a negative, not a positive. This eliminates choices A and C. To illustrate the answer, we'll put negative 15 and 40 on a number line. The difference of those two numbers would be 40 minus a negative 15, which would turn into 40 plus 15, which would give us our answer of 55. The 6th grade math STAAR Quiz has been produced by Toups Graphics. Toups Graphics. Always believe.